I'm live, in theory. But in reality... what happened to my... Well, that would be cool if it was just the application crapping out and it's all fixed. It says I'm live. I see my screen. I'm gonna say it's good. All right. I think we're good. Well, that would be cool if it was just. Okay, I think we are in. So, that means I should notify people once I get a notification that we're good here. There's got to be a better system for doing this, but we'll roll with what we've got. Alright, the beginning of this is going to be super exciting, I can tell. Let's see, we have a bunch of stuff to do, tons of things to make. Let's get cracking here. So, on today's agenda, I am working through body modifications. We've got a mixture of stuff. Let's see. All right, I've been talking. I think it's working. But anyways, body modifications. So jumping from the top. You know, I wish they would just default these to high quality, because this is pretty awesome, but it's not showing super well here. Okay. Let's kill the signal. Okay. So, anyways, body modifications. So this thing, let's see what we can do here. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna need to do. Music is a lot louder than me. That means I should turn down the desktop audio. Let's try dropping that to like here. All right. See how that works. You know, getting everything figured out. First time running through all this, but I think that's good. Can't win. All right. We'll have to dial in those settings, but I'm gonna start with that. I'll drop an announcement. let's grab a link we can share and invite folks to here. Done. All right, I'm gonna shoot for doing an office hours every Thursday to answer questions that have come up and share what I'm working on. Or feel free to hop in and if I see your real-time feedback and questions answered. Sounds good. All right. All right, I'm going to shoot for doing an office hours every Thursday to answer questions that have come up and share what I'm working on. Feel free to hop in and see your real-time feedback and questions answered. I think that sounds perfect. Today, I'm plugging away at the body modifications section. All right. Hope to see you there. Hours live now. Okay. Let's put this actually up at the top. Today's agenda. Body mods. Okay, perfect. All right, well, no time like the present. Okay, here we go. So, jumping back to it. Let's see here. I was just about done with these two. I need one more common and one more very rare to at least have that first pass done. I'm thinking on the common side, maybe I will look up maybe first level spells. That might be another solid place to go check some stuff out. Because we could give like a toned down version of that. We have to keep in mind that for the common ones, the way that I'm planning to have this structured is that since you're going to roll twice on the common table, whatever it is added together can't destroy the balance for that. So for example, if you've got, like before I had in here 5 feet of movement speed, which seemed okay for the common, it'd be like half of the mobile feet. But the issue would be if you got that twice, then it's adding 10 feet of movement speed, which is the mobile feat. Obviously, that has some extra benefits with difficult terrain and dash and not getting those opportunity attacks, which both those things can be super solid. But for a common benefit, that seemed too strong. So I ended up moving that out and then just starting at uncommon, increasing your movement speed by 10. I might end up changing these two. I'm not totally... almost no first pass is perfect on any of this stuff. I end up tweaking it. You know, when you all give me feedback on what works and what sucks. But let's see. So I think we're pretty good here. I am going to Let's see. You know, and you will give me feedback. Let's see. Dun. All right. Let me think about this. So I think. What else do I want here? All right, so let's go take a look at some first level spells. If you haven't checked out Creed's Codex yet, it's pretty awesome. Not gonna lie, it's amazing at finding what I'm looking for. I'll drop a link in the chat here. So this is what I'm using. I think. Let's see. So you got stuff like Aid. Gives you those 5 hit points. I don't know. It's always tough coming up with those last couple when you need to come up with 3 options that are cool for something. That's not that difficult, but 20 can be tough. I would really like 20 though, because if you have an uncommon item having 2 of the uncommon benefits, that means it's 20 times 20 for your number of options, which boosts us to 400 options right off the bat, which is pretty solid. So that would give us 400 common items and kind of scaling that up. So I think we end up actually at 4 million total permutations of our body modifications, which is absolutely insane, but pretty awesome with just doing 20, 10 for 10 for uncommon, 10 for rare, 10 for very rare, and 10 for legendary. So looking through here, I kind of like the idea of atrophy, where you're reducing someone else's movement speed that's near you, but I think all of these things, for the most part, are going to be like benefits to that person who's installed this body mod, so that might actually not be a good fit for this. Bark Skin, Beacon of Hope. Oh wait, I forgot to sort this by first level. What are we doing? Okay, back in it. We got Bane. I don't know, there's some interesting options, but can't do anything that can heal, so that's out. Maybe we should just do something on like the encumbered side. That might be solid, because then, I mean, if I think about this from the idea of these powerful factions making these, I mean, it's kind of insidious, where if they make these body modifications as a means to improve their labor and have the labor pay for it and have them have a subscription for like an ongoing maintenance for their body modification, not only have they made their labor more effective, but they have also made their labor pay to be more effective or can add to their life. So let's say someone lost an arm or something with like super unsafe working conditions that these powerful individuals are forcing these people to do in order to make money to survive, and then they give them the opportunity to buy this modification so they can get another arm and continue doing this manual labor for them or whatever it is. Like, that really fits into that theme of oppression that the cyberpunk sort of era is all about, that consolidation of power in normally corporations, but in this case the powerful factions of the city and the almost guilds sort of setup. So that would mean that might be pretty good as a benefit of being able to carry more stuff. Because that way, the way we could do this is we could just do this piece here, because then that could just keep increasing. So if you got this twice, you count as one size larger. Is that formatting? Oh no, it's just weird artifact on the screen. Okay, let's shift this down a little. Increase this. Because if you got that twice, then you would essentially count as two sizes larger, so you count as huge for being able to carry stuff. Which mechanically, there's not a ton in there other than being able to like wield huge weapons or something potentially, depending on your DM and what you want to try to push for with that. I think that could be a good fit. Let's count those ones done. Now we just, whoa. Where'd that second line item go? That's weird. InDesign is like the buggiest software. I don't know. I can see one missing up here too. Check that out. Row 7. All of a sudden, gone. But if we take off view mode, back. I don't know. It's here. It's gone. It's back. All right. So if we've got those two, we really need just a very rare benefit now. I'm trying to think of what some good options would be for that. I want to go check out some magic items. Let's go take a look at some very rare stuff in here. So I think right now I have like the +3 stuff coming on for legendary, but only because like normally armor's +2. Let's go find, where do they have here? Weapon +3. All it does is give you a +3. Oh, well, that was sure weird. What happened there? What is the bug I need to fix? Huh. Interesting, interesting. Not sure what that is. Anyways, it only adds the very rare capability, or sorry, it only has +3 capabilities, which means that if it's got other writers on it, in this case the rare and the uncommon and the 2 commons, then having that come online at level 3 or at legendary seems like an appropriate match there. So what we actually probably need to do is look at what are some rare options. Well, I don't know, maybe not. We have some other stuff coming online there. Let's take a look again. What else do we got here? I don't know. Nothing's really jumping out. That's a duplicate. Dun, 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 dun. We already have +2 stuff coming online. I think that's still fine, because that's pretty strong. Ring of Regeneration, is that? Oh, 1d6 every 10 minutes? Yeah, that's not. Okay. Let's jump back over to our list here. Very rare. So we've got hit points increasing, we've got blind sight coming on, we've got a spell slot, so 5th level spell slot. You know, I think I'm actually going to change this. This is an 8th level. I bumped that one up. I think I'm going to bump them all up. So you get a 6th level, you get a 4th level. Oops, that's not 4th. 4th level, and then you get a 2nd level. I think that's better. Yeah, so uncommon, you essentially unlock a spell and a spell slot, which is pretty awesome, because obviously if you have other spell slots, then you can cast that spell multiple times with those, cast it, etc. So that's pretty strong, because that actually gets closer to like the Valor Bard being able to learn any class's spell. So you can make some really cool combos with that. But I think the 2nd level spell is probably... So you got a 2nd, you got a 4th. No, it's not third anymore. Fourth. I don't know. Maybe I'll change it back. It's pretty strong, but we'll leave it for now. All right. I still need very rare. So we've got blind sight, hit points, spell slot, increasing an ability score, gaining a fly speed, gaining the ability to teleport as a bonus action, gaining telepathy, immunity to stunned condition, 40 feet increased movement speed. So we've got a mixture of stuff here. Do we need more options on any of the pillars? I think we're pretty good on utility and exploration side of things with all the movement buffs. RP, we've got a bunch of options with the telepathy here. Let's see. Also, I'm occasionally looking at the chat, so if any of you do have a question, feel free to drop it in there, and I will answer that. All right, very rare body mod, last option here. Set Rider's Block, end of the list. We need one more thing. Dun dun dun. All right. What else? What else? What else? What else? I wonder if there's some sort of RP piece that we could add to it. Could be good. Let's see here. RP. Oh man, I'm just struggling. You know, I'm calling it. I'm going to come back to this. No point in pushing for this if it's not actually going to come to fruition at the moment. So, let's see what we can do here. All right. So, got the first two written. Let me go actually jump over to the Word version. We should do the Beholder eye stalks. I think this would be a fun one. The general idea I've had for these ones are you have at common, actually, I wonder if we need to modify those. Because if they are running, if you got two common options coming online, then getting an ability to fire one off. Maybe it's because it takes an action, and so at the common level, it isn't actually better, and then it changes to a bonus action. I don't know. Let's think about this. So as far as I know, I'm trying to think of any. I guess you probably have that like Beholder Dragon, or not Beholder. I guess that's not a Beholder. That's a Elder Brain that I was thinking of. We need something that's got the eye stalks with each individual ray having a different feature. So I think I did like the legendary idea where you essentially, because if you add too many options, like if once you get up to legendary, if you're adding 2 more and that gets painful. Even like the Death Tyrant only has 10, but legendary, if you get to roll twice and use both effects on the creature or a second creature, I think that could be cool. So I think what we should do, let's just start making our list here. We can build out, I think we can start with a framework that's somewhat similar to like the Death Tyrant, start with that, and then modify from there. I think that's probably, ugh, don't like it pulling over formatting here. Let's, we'll paste values, then let's delete formatting. Here we go. Let's see, it is, I never remember what this is, clear formatting. And then let's go to core body. Oh, I thought that'd get rid of the numbering. Oh, it's because it's not, oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So, I think actually we're going to run these all as inlines because, well, no, we do need to use the numbers because if you're going to randomly do it, then obviously you need to have a number to be able to randomly roll. So, let's jump back to that. I might not have this in here. Let's, you know, this might actually, ironically, be easier to build inside InDesign. Let's take all of this goodness here. So if we cut that, and then let's jump up to our body mods here. Getting custom body modifications. Okay, so I did the first 3. I'm gonna add it right before harvesting. I wonder why this is not showing up in the page here where I was expecting it. Okay, so that gives us that beholder. I'm sure the formatting looks disastrous. Let's go take a look. All right, so back in here, let's update our, oh, not what I'm looking for. Player, character, creatures. Oh, maybe it pulled it in already. Okay, so that means leave that tail there. All right, it's pulling it in. We need a new page here. 1 page. Ooh, that's not gonna work. We want 2 pages. Otherwise, it will destroy that beautiful formatting. Okay, so let's end it here. Pull this in. Here we go. Okay, now let's build that out. Okay, this is where we're starting. Ooh, question here. Is this going to be easier to run if it's a separate table and you're referencing it, or is it going to be better to embed it under each option? I'm actually leaning towards the table. I think that's going to be easier to read, faster for sure. So we'll just use this one as our base here. So zoom in a bit here. So we're going to do, this is our iStock. Actions? Yeah, something like that. Okay, so then we've got, this isn't a D. Ooh, so that can be problematic. Oh, you know what we could do? We could keep it as a D4 and then just have 4 tables where the tables get progressively stronger rather than adding new options. I don't know which I like better. If anyone's on and wants to chime in, would you prefer if you had a table that was, say, options 1 through 4, and let's, for ease of use here, let's just say option 1 is like the disintegration ray or whatever it is, and that does, at a common level, that does 1d4 damage. Uncommon, it does 1d8. Rare, it does 1d12. Very rare, it does 1d20. And then at legendary, you're getting 2 of those, or whatever you might roll, something like that. Or would you rather have the base options where you get 1 through 4? Now, I'm thinking I'm leaning towards the other table rather than adding more options, because if you add more options, you still have like the crappy options from common that may come up, and I don't think that's as fun. And I think having less options but having them grow in power each time and having them be meaningful would probably be better. But if you think otherwise, chime in. This is the time to make the changes. All right, let's start. I guess we could increase the number of options at the same time. So, okay, let's do common. Oops, what happened to my seed? Common, I stock actions. And then we can do, all right, so we'll start with 4. I think that's good. So let's get rid of these ones. Okay. I think, I mean, we already have a few things kind of built out here. We've got the spectator for like the lower level stuff. And they conveniently have 4 options. So, let's see, we've got the confusion ray. Yeah. All right. We're gonna force these in here manually. Okay. Okay, so we can just change this to wisdom. We'll have to decide if we want to keep these or not. You know, for the uncommon, or sorry, for the common, this could be pretty solid because you could have like really basic things. I think I want all of these to be bonus actions because I think giving you an extra thing you can do as a bonus action would be way more powerful and engaging than taking up your action with this body mod, because this way it opens it up to a lot more builds. Yeah, so I think we can actually probably just stick with this first piece. The target must succeed on wisdom saving throw or it can't take reactions until the end of its next turn. I think all the rest of this stuff is something that we're not going to use because that will make it simple to use. We're going to have to, let's name this something else. So this is going to be, instead of the confusion ray, the slowing to me is all about movement speed, and this isn't going to be a movement speed change. This is going to be something about reflexes. I think all of these are one word, though. All right, we'll have to come back to these. Let's just do, let's make it reflex. We'll just call it the reflex reduction ray. Sounds like I'm making like a balsamic vinegar sauce. All right, and add a nice TBD in here so we can find it when we want to change that later. Target must succeed. Can't be a target. We're gonna make this a creature. I think all of these are gonna target creatures, at least for the common, because target lets you technically target like an object, although this wouldn't have any benefit there. Weird wording. Anyways, creature must succeed on wisdom saving throw or can't take reactions until the end of its next turn. That seems fine. Paralyzed is too strong for a uncommon, but that doesn't mean we can't look at other conditions here. Let's see. There should be... Blinded is pretty strong too. Deafened could be a good one. Frightened, grappled, incapacitated. Most of these other ones are too strong, I think. So deafened is our go-to. All right, and this can be the, something super unique here. Okay, and again, I think all of these are just going to last a turn, even maybe at the higher level. Let's change that to creature. Must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or B. Change that here. Deafened. There we go. Until the end of its next turn. Got it. Perfect. All right. So that's We need one that's going to do damage. And I think this is going to be, you do damage on a hit, but not on a miss. I think that'll be better. Target must make a Constitution saving throw. Or take, should we stick with necrotic damage? If it's a body mod where you're adding in like a beholder eye stock to yourself, it would make sense to keep the damage the same. Or we could change it to something else and spice that up. But let's keep it necrotic for now. Or take, that's obviously too high. But we can delete the rest of this. I am all about subtraction lately. It's perfect when there's no more to be taken away. Okay, how much damage is this doing? This is a bonus action for, I think it's going to just be a base here of 1d4. I think that's where we want to have this live. Yeah, target must make a Constitution saving throw or take 1d4 necrotic damage. So you have a bonus action where you can have one of these things go off at a target. Okay, so I think that's how we're going to do it. So we'll do this. I don't think it should be random. I think you should get to choose, because otherwise this loses a lot of its benefits here. So let's say we can shrink this too, try to get a little more real estate for that benefit, maybe make that even shorter, make this as small as we can, that's it. I can get the height to adjust automatically, but I've never been able to get the width to adjust, but I by no means am a InDesign expert. I am a get books done with knowledge I have expert. Okay, so got this. Okay, so we want to modify, let's just steal our text from up here. This is the body modification. Okay, and then we are going to go with general text here. We'll figure that out in a minute. I know you can generate some lorem ipsum, which is kind of cool, but see, I like the bonus action. I don't like the randomness because I think that just significantly reduces the effectiveness of this. So we need to create something that's the general text for this. It's going to apply to all of them. So I think the way we should do this is we're going to want to have a new bonus action that you get, and I think we could set that up as an inline subhead. So if you're not familiar with the term, all that means is I'm going to write the first word, put a period after, capitalize it, and then you'll see some familiar sort of structure here. This looks like Battle Master, fighting maneuvers, things like that. So let's do I stock. Oh, we should also change this to bonus actions. Okay. Or maybe, actually, let's just change this to iStock, common iStock options. Now, we're going to leave that as bonus actions. We're going to change this to option. D4 option. Okay, so iStock as a bonus action. You can't, ooh, you know, I was just thinking, we could have this scaling up in each tier by also increasing the range on it. And then I can do I think I can do this language here. Okay, we're going to want this in each one. I was originally going to, unless we want to just increase the range as part of it. Maybe that's a better option. You know, one way we can reduce the number of times we have to write something and just add the modifier to it. I think that's probably still better. Okay, let's do it that way. I'm gonna stick this under legendary. I know it looks ugly as sin right now, but we are gonna clean this up. I promise you. Okay. Something weird's going on here though. What is up with? So they have this really dumb feature. You click clear overrides and you think that would solve it, but you have to hit Control Shift clear overrides for it to actually remove that stuff. It took years to figure that out. All right, here we go. So, iStock as a bonus action, you can target one creature you can see within. For common, we probably want a pretty short distance actually. Let's do 10 feet. 10 feet of yourself. Target one creature you can see within 10 feet of yourself. And use a iStock option available. Why don't you target one creature you can see within 10 feet of yourself and use an iStock option. We can get rid of the available part. Okay, so we are going to boom. Look at that magic. Okay, so we can get rid of this. Okay, so now I think I'm just gonna copy this a few times. We'll update it, and before you know it, it'll be like, wow, that's really actually starting to come together. So we got common. There's 5 of these, right? Uncommon. Rare. Very rare. And legendary. Got it? Okay, so we have intro TBD there. I should have done that change first. Efficiency. Okay. So I think we'll do it this way. And then what we can do is we can have, okay. Let's see. You graft an iStock. Okay, something like this. So this will be like the general intro text. And then you get the iStock action. So as a bonus action, you can target one creature you can see within 10 feet of yourself. Use an iStock option. Looks perfect. Now for common, we're gonna have something like, how do I do it up here? You have, actually, let's actually put this in common. As a bonus action, you target one creature you can see within 10 feet of yourself and use an iStock option from the common iStock bonus actions table. Okay, here we go. So this is how we're gonna do it, at least for now, until I find a better way and make improvements. All right, we've got that there. Let's see. I think that's good. So if we use that as our base, okay, you have, which gives you additional benefits, you know, something general to start that's definitely going to need an improvement, but we'll just start with something there and add to it later. I'd say the biggest hurdle of completion is perfection. Let's see here. So you have basic capabilities with your iStock. Okay. So as a bonus action, you target one creature you can see within 10 feet of yourself and use an ice stock option from the common ice stock bonus actions table. And then we add that bonus actions table here. I don't want to keep moving this thing, but let's try to keep it in the right spot, I guess, for now. Oh, where did the... Why don't I see all the lines on here? What's happened to my table? Huh. What did I hit? I've hit something. Oh, in design. You thwart me at every turn. Alright, why aren't the table lines showing anymore in edit mode on InDesign? Is there a way to get these to show? Done. Alright, am I gonna regret this? Control H. Aha! I'm not. I hope. What's it look like here? Okay, perfect. Back in business. Evidently I hit Control H, or it thinks I did. Anyways, alright, so I just want to be able to see these lines because when I'm clicking on this, I could tell this was hanging out below here. If you move it too short, then it cuts off your text because you know that would be desired. I don't know why you built it this way, Jenkins. Okay, so common iStock actions. So the question is, do we want these to actually increase? Or like the number of actions, or do we just want the benefits of them to get better? Also, I realized I only did 3 of these and not 4. Let's, okay, so we've got one that does damage. We've got one that deafens a creature. We've got one that eliminates their reaction. Ah, you know how it's live. Ah, didn't have time to grab that mute button before sneeze explosion. Okay. I don't know what I want to do for that third one. Let's TBD it. Also, just realized I'm in here and I've done the table cells. But I think I want to bold that beginning text. So we didn't end up using inline, so we'll do a bold. Yeah, bold. I understand there's advantages to like separating the stuff out into character styles, but it's also a huge pain in the butt. TBD. Okay, I think this is going to look solid, easy to read, quick to determine. The basic capabilities with your iStock. iStock. As a bonus action, you can target one creature you can see within 10 feet of yourself and use an iStock option from the common iStock bonus actions table. Boom. Done. Okay, so if we increased this distance every time, so then we doubled that and made it 20 feet for an uncommon. I feel like that's still too short. I wonder if we should triple it. Let's see, so it'd go from 10 to 30 for uncommon, and then uncommon would go to 90. Nah, tripling is going to get too huge. Maybe we just need to do like a flat add 30 to it each time. Do we need to start at 30? These aren't that strong. I'm wondering if we do need to increase that range to increase the benefit here. Let's do that. Okay, within, and then we just increase it by 30 each time, because that would be pretty solid, because then you've got 30 for common, 60 for uncommon, which feels pretty good, I think. Rare becomes 90, very rare becomes 120, and legendary becomes 150. Okay, so then what we could do here is, I think we want to do these as 2 bullets. I think that makes the most sense. So we'll do, because we've got 2 things we're going to buff here. One, we will do your iStock range increases by 30 feet. I was just thinking, I've set these up to be cumulative, and therefore we want it to be just an increase and not a static this, because otherwise it breaks the pattern with the other ones. Okay, so we'll start with your iStock range increases by 30 feet. Your iStock options now include the, oh yeah, because I think that's a better way to do it, because you could still have the common options that you could do. Like if it's more powerful, there's no reason you couldn't do those, though you probably don't want to, but we could actually then increase the number of options you've got. Like if it would make sense to try to deafen someone, why not still have the ability to? Because then that opens up, like, because like that one in particular could be like more of an RP piece. I always do my best to try to target the 3 pillars. So if you've got some RP options, like roleplay, some exploration, and some combat, then it caters to all games and all players. Like you don't want to make it so that it's for everyone, no one loves it, but you want to have like that flexibility ideally. So since this is a choice, you can choose, I'm just going to increase my damage by 2 every round with trying to target things with that, or it's like you've got the opportunities that maybe you want to get rid of that reaction, where as a bonus action, if you could get rid of a creature's reaction, then you don't necessarily need to take the disengage to move away. Like there's some interesting options there, because that becomes like a % chance of succeeding on disengaging. And then the deafening one, like you want someone to not be able to overhear what's happening. All right. Yeah, I think we'll keep that. Okay, so your options now include the uncommon iStock bonus actions. Yeah, now we just have both, and then we'll make that table and put it below. I think that'll be solid. Okay, so this is got common, we've got uncommon. Let's see here. So I'm not going to shift this down yet, because I think that's I'm going to constantly run into this formatting issue. So let's just build all this stuff first. So range increases by 30. We'll have that happen each time. Your iStock options now include the uncommon. So we will just keep doing that, except we will keep changing this one to rare. And then we'll add it here, and we will change that to very rare, and one more time, and we will change that to legendary. Okay, it's cumulative. You're going to have 5 tables of options to choose from, which for the most part will likely always be like that top level one, but if we attack this strategically, so you have different options at each tier. Like if we have deafened at the first one, and then for uncommon, for instance, we get blind, then you can grab both those conditions depending on what makes sense for your particular instance. Where maybe, well, I was just thinking maybe you actually do want to change it to an object is deafened. Although I don't know if they can have those conditions. Semantics, I'd have to dig into that a little bit. Okay, so I think that's getting there. So let's get rid of this stuff. I think we're going to keep it as a D4 though. Otherwise, this particular one is going to be just freaking enormous, and no one's going to want to use it. Well, I shouldn't say no one, but it'll be hard to use, which is not the goal. Okay, so we also have to get it to fit on one page with the structure we've been doing. I suppose we could do a 2-page spread for one. We go grab that eyeball. Not that eyeball, different eyeball. Where is that? Nope. Nope. We only have a lot of eyeballs. Where is... Aha! Found you. Okay. Goodness. Uh-oh. What did we just do? Oh my goodness. Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes. Okay, let's go. We need to edit this too. Alright. You got a little glimpse of some thumbnails I'm working on for a hammock I'm building. You know, good times. Okay. Take that background off. Zid did an awesome job on building all these things. This is cool. Look at the, well, that is poor display performance. Let's boost that up. I think that's pretty cool. Got that built there in the center if you go look for it. All right. Also, the teeth around the eyeball, like talk about an aberration sort of feature there, huh? Okay. I feel like I could see this doing two directions. One, it's coming up out of the bottom to look at you, or it's popping down out of the top. Let's just rotate that around real quick, see what that would look like. So if that was hanging off the top there, does that look... That does look pretty creepy. Alright, well, let's see. What if we undid all that? And then if we had it popping up out of the bottom. So they have what's called a bleed line on here. That's this red line that's on the outside here, where anything in between the red and that black line is going to get cut off. And so the goal here is if you want your image to go to the end of the page, you should have that design set up in that fashion. So I'm expecting the page to look like this, which actually that looks a little funky. I wonder if I need to move that down. You know, I think I like it better coming out of the top. I think that's fun. Let's I'm gonna change the source image because I'd rather have the whole thing here. Let's see, flip vertical. I would rather have this look this way in the master rather than having been something that I changed on this image here. Okay. You know, maybe I just changed my mind. I don't know. I'm going to leave it. I think what I'll do is I'll do a poll with everyone in Discord. I'll drop that there. Unless someone wants to chime in here, you know. It's your opportunity. So... we'll leave it for now. Okay, that is going to need some detecting edges. Some features they've put in are cool. Now it's detecting the edges. I can give it a little bit of a border here, and that way nothing's quite touching it. For having bullet points and stuff, though, I don't want that to be like offset. So I think our main opportunity here is to like stick it in the middle between the two things. If we can weave this table around it nicely, which I think we could probably do. Although I did want that hanging off the top there. Yeah, something like that. I gotta clean this up, but I think that's fun. Okay. Got our eye stock. All right, so we've got our uncommon. Let's make this our rare, or very rare. Oh, very rare. And our legendary. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah. All right. Rare eye stock bonus action. So we want. Okay, so we got all the text for that. I think this is going to be. Let's just keep that as is there. Let's delete all this stuff that I added in from the Death Tyrant. I think we're going to need to go piece by piece since they've got 10 options anyways. We're going to pull those out. Oh, legendary, we're also going to make it so you could do 2. Your stock range increases by 30 feet. And let's see. You... shoot 2 rays at... Okay, shoots up to 2 rays at 1 or 2 creatures they can see. Do we want to leave that caveat in there where it can only use the same? Probably, otherwise the damage might get super high. It's probably actually pretty good. Okay, so we want to keep this, something like this. Fix that formatting. You can shoot up to 2 eye stalk rays at 1 or 2 creatures you can see. Oh, actually, I don't know if I want to keep that in there or not. I don't like limiting the player. Okay, let's change this instead. When you use the eye stock bonus action, you can now use 2 options. The way this is worded, like when I look at the spectator one, the spectator shoots up to 2 of the following magical rays at 1 or 2 creatures it can see. Up to 2. But that sounds like it can shoot 2 rays at 2 creatures. There's 2 options and can use both on the same creature or 1 option on use both on the same creature or 1 option on 2 creatures. Now, I'm gonna need to clean up this wording, but you get what I'm trying to say here. So I do my best, clean it up, runs through technical editor, they solve any holes that are still remaining. All right, I think that's good enough for now. Caveat, caveat, caveat. All right, delete that. Don't need any of that stuff. Why is that so huge? All right, we got that. So then, let's see, we'll add, all right, uncommons here, but that's gonna get shoved down. I think we're gonna have to move rare to this next side. So rare is gonna be over here, so let's just drop it here-ish. And then legendary's there. Oh, right now. So we'll put this one here, and then, yeah, we're gonna run out of room. Gotta strategically tackle this piece. Okay. Well, we can always make the eye stock smaller too. The artwork turns out cool, and I don't like shrinking it, but you do what you have to. Okay. All right, I think we've got a good framework for how this is going to work. I'm going to need to plug away and get all the details for each of the options at this point, but I think this is pretty good. Yeah, we'll build this out, have some solid options, and be ready to roll. I think it's gonna be a fun option to pick up. Getting an extra bonus action is always a good time, and then this gives you, let's see, it'll give you what, 4 options times 5, so it'll give you 20 options in total. That's solid. That's a solid addition there. All right. Oh. Update this tremor sense left over. Did that work? No. Alright, let's move this table over. Maybe. Oh. I see the issue. Okay. And that is that. We got those. Let's get these in here. I feel like half the battle is getting all the formatting cleaned up for whatever structure we're targeting. Gotta make it readable. What use is a book if it is hard to parse? I feel like the people who make textbooks in school don't focus on some of this stuff as much as I would have liked. But it's been a long time. Maybe things have come a long way. All right, here we go. Formatting's done. Now we got to build out the abilities. And yeah, that'll do it. I think I am going to wrap here. This is my first real stream. I think all the audio bugs got worked out between starting 20 minutes late, trying to figure out why I wasn't pushing. It seems like it was a failure with, I'm using Streamlabs for this, which seems to be working fine, but if you've got any other suggestions, always happy to listen to some feedback on that. So anyways, I hope you're all having a killer start to the new year already. And yeah, hit me up if you got questions on anything. Always happy to give you some thoughts. And yeah, I will talk to you soon.